All right, so we're gonna start off and have a little bit of fun with our dogs. So we talk a lot about training and training commands, but we don't talk a whole lot about how to have fun with our dogs. So this is where we kind of get rid of the leash and get rid of all the training tools and collars, and the only thing that we need to train with is a handful of snacks. So Mayhem is extra hungry, and if you remember from one of our last videos, when you're training your dog, a hungry dog is a motivated one. So Mayhem is extra hungry, and I have some very favorite snacks of his. So he knows I've got these snacks, and I already know what fun command and trick I'm gonna train him. So Mayhem already knows the under command, and we call it pineapple. And I'm gonna show you guys how you can actually train your dog the under command, which looks like this. Pineapple. Good boy. Good. Break. So what we start off with is, again, some food and a motivated dog. I'll typically start with my dog in a sit position so that they're a little bit more stable, meaning they're not running around all over the place. Now, because I did get rid of my leash, doesn't mean you can't use one. And sometimes it could be helpful if there's a lot of distractions around, or if your dog isn't super interested in what you are doing yet. So I'll put Mayhem in a sit, and I'll start with food in both hands. And start with my legs a little further apart and show him the food and lure him under my legs. Then feed him while he's in position, because I'm gonna make this a really awesome spot for him. Now notice, I didn't say the command yet. Break. Good. I didn't say the command yet because he doesn't actually know what the command is, or your dog will not actually know what the command is. You could call it anything you want. So we use the word pineapple. Now, once Mayhem is in that sit position, sit. Good. And again, I turn and I show the food under my legs and lure him into that spot. Now you're gonna do this with a lot of repetition and a lot of food until your dog is getting really good at it and it looks something like that. Then eventually, break. Then eventually, what I'm gonna do, good, is start using the command. And again, this is the word pineapple for us. You can use any word you want. A couple of my other dogs, we actually use the word under. I just wanted to have a little bit of fun with him. So I'll stand. Nope. Good. So I'll stand with my legs apart, say pineapple, and lure him into that position. You always want to say the word slightly before the lure starts. And then what you can do is feed him. Eventually, your dog is going to start to anticipate what that word actually means, just like the words sit and down and place. You want to say the word and lure them into position. This is no different. Break. Good. Centaur. Good. Do a little turn. Pineapple. And lure into position. Good boy. Break. And I always say break to let him know he's done. Now, you can also lure him from the front. Good boy. So I'll get my dog all situated in the front. I always have food in both hands. Start here, and then show him the food from the front, and then he gets both handfuls of food. Good boy. Break. So I'll show that to you again. Here. Good. 2 handfuls of food from the back, and loop them around to the front. And again, having a really hungry dog helps. So you could use their breakfast or their dinner, or just some snacks because you cut down on maybe the kibble that you're gonna feed them for the day. Break. And then eventually it starts looking like you can say it from anywhere and your dog will anticipate what that word actually means. So start with food and no word and just some help with the lure. Then you're gonna say the word, the command that you're using, Like in our case, it's pineapple, and then do the lure. And then eventually you're gonna fade that lure out. So when you do fade that lure out, your hand movements or gestures are gonna be less and less. So for instance, pineapple. So I didn't give him as much physical help that time. However, I still used my hands to show him which way I wanted him to go. Good boy. Good job. Break. Excellent. So go ahead, try this under command and have some fun with your dogs. Good boy.